My name's Lucy Noone. I work here at the Grill and Alley. I grew up in Manchester. I've been here 24 years and I love it. So my top 5 things to do in Manchester. The first one I probably would say is visit the Apollo. It's sort of not the biggest gig venue in Manchester, but it's not the smallest. It's absolutely amazing. It's the first place I ever went to a gig. I went to see the Thrills there when I was about 15. I try and get back there as often as I can. It's a big old converted theatre, cinema kind of thing, and it's fantastic. There's so many stories behind it. Every single musician to come out of Manchester seems to have a story out about the Apollo, and every person in Manchester seems to have a story about the Apollo. So that's definitely one of my top 5. I'd say my next one's probably visit the Royal Exchange Theatre, because it's just beautiful. They've made the best out of the space that I don't know how they've done it, and I don't know who thought of it, but they've put a big, beautiful glass and steel structure inside a massive Victorian atrium, and it works out that every seat is no further than 9 metres from the stage, so you feel like you're part of the show, and the performers run in and out, and they run up and down the aisles, and it can be quite chaotic, and that's always something I've loved to do, visit there. You can go down on a Saturday morning and get a last minute banquet seat for the matinee performance, which is nice. Third one, a bit of a foodie one, visit the Barbakan Bakery in Charlton. And it's not necessary to visit them because they do supply bread to an awful lot of people in town, but if you go, it's absolutely amazing, and you'll come out with the biggest bag of carbs you've ever seen. The reason behind it for me is I worked in a deli called Love Saves the Day when I was 15. That's what made me fall in love with Manchester as a sort of in my own right, as a bit of starting to be a grown up. We used to shut the deli at about 5-6 o'clock, and then the onion bagels that we ordered from Barbakan would always be left, and we'd have to eat them before we cleaned up, because otherwise the onions would be all over the floor and you just have to clean up again, and I absolutely love them. The next thing for me is the shopping in Manchester. It's amazing, it's well known that it's absolutely amazing, but for me it's all about Kendall's. Usually known to anybody who's not from Manchester as House of Fraser. It's just on Deansgate. It's the big department store, and it's got such a whiff of old school glamour about it, just because everybody's grandma used to shop there. You know, your mum used to go there as a kid with her mum and get like a soup 2-3 times a year as like a big treat, and you can have coffee and you can have champagne, and they have a pianist playing, and you can get your nails done and your hair done, and it's just, you just feel like you're going back to sort of a bit of a bygone age really for me. I just love it. And then obviously you've got the Northern Quarter with Affleck's Palace, which is as far on the other end of the spectrum as you can get, but it's got so much character and so much fun in it, and you can spend hours and hours and hours and getting lost and looking at everything under the sun. And then I'd say the last one's probably the Manchester markets. They use every last inch of space in this city where there's a bit of space to fill with an ever-changing sort of parade of stuff. So one day you might walk through St Anne's Square and it's a Persian souk, and then the next time you come through it's a German beer keller, and the next time you don't know what it is because they're still building it, and it's absolutely fantastic. It's really, really good fun, and it translates out into the smaller towns as well. They do things, I don't know if it's the same people, but Ramsbottom has the most amazing farmers markets and sort of independent food shops and things like that, where you can get stuff that you just wouldn't be able to lay your hands on anywhere else. So yeah, I think that's my whistle-stop tour of my favourite stuff of Manchester.